Back before Walt made Snow White, he had another idea he wanted to adapt that was recommended by rival filmmaker Sidney Franklin. Franklin was a producer for MGM Studios, and in 1933 he bought the rights to Felix Salten's novel, Bambi, A Life in the Woods. Originally, he viewed a lot of potential for this project as a live-action feature. Unfortunately, he learned pretty quickly that the film would be impossible to make. The only way to do this project justice would be to turn this into an animated film. He decided to sell the rights to Walt in April of 1937 because he knew he was the only man that could tackle this project. Walt originally wanted Bambi to follow Snow White, but he and his animators learned fairly quickly this movie needed time. So while Walt released several shorts and multiple features, his team spent years studying animals to the point where they built a miniature zoo. The goal was to give the animals a realistic look, but with human expressions. This was completed by two artists, Bernard Garbutt and Mark Davis. Garbutt studied the body after taking anatomy classes taught by Rico Lebrun, while Davis studied babies for the personality. As for the landscape, they hired Tyrus Wong to showcase nature as a series of paintings while providing a unique Chinese aesthetic to the look of the film. For special effects, the department would film live-action rain on a soundstage against a black background in order to animate the storm. When watching the film, you will notice two things. There is very little dialogue, and music is constant throughout the movie. In fact, there is only two 18-second sequences where music is not heard in the movie. It was important to composer Frank Churchill that music would be present, that way when there was silence in a scene, it made an impact with the audience. During production, the film would decrease morale with the sudden strike. Despite the distraction, the film would carry on and would be released on August 21st, 1942. With a rumored budget between $858,000 and $1.7 million, the film initially flopped at the box office due to the war. Walt had not given up hope, though. He knew this film would be a hit, and by 1947, the film was re-released and had earned a profit. Initially, reviews had been mixed at best since the film is considered a drama. Despite that, the film earned 3 Academy Awards for score, sound mixing, and best song with Love Is a Song. Over time, the film has garnered critical acclaim, and in 2011 was selected to be preserved by the Library of Congress. Unfortunately, prior to all of the film's accomplishments, Walt would not be taking on any ambitious projects until he started work on Mary Poppins. But we'll talk about that at a later date. Tune in next time where we examine the effect that World War II had on the company.
During the last few years, we've ventured into a lot of different fields, and we've had the opportunity to meet and work with a lot of wonderful people. I only hope that we never lose sight of one thing, that it was all started by a mouse.